All right, everybody. What is up? Another episode of Dave's R&R with your host here, Dave. And we are going into our NFL Week 6 bet-in preview and survivor pool leans for the week. Last week, it was just terrible. We ended the week 2-4. That puts us at 5-8-1 on the year, so we have a lot of building back to do. And then I forgot to post it on the socials, but stupid me went with the Jaguars in the survivor poll. That's strike one for me, so I have to go the rest of the season without another strike. So it was definitely a tough one. The majority of people went the Bills and got that easy. But week 6, it's a new week. We're here to climb back. So let's get right into it. No London game this week to bet on, so we'll go right into the 1 p.m. games here. The first bet I've got on the week is the Cincinnati Bengals to cover. It's gone to 2.5 now. I still like it against the New Orleans Saints. It's in New Orleans, which is always a tough place to play, but I don't think it'll be too tough for Joe Burrow. I mean, he led LSU to the national championship. There's a lot of fanfare for him there. Expect a lot of LSU in that crowd. So I think Joe Burrow is going to have a great game. I think Jamar Chase is going to put up a touchdown or two. So look for the Bengals to cover that. I don't think the Saints really have it in them to keep up with the Bengals, no matter how much Taysom Hill does. He can only do 4, 3 touchdowns, whatever, every other week. So our first bet, Cincinnati Bengals minus 2.5. The next game we are going to go with here is the Jets and the Packers. I'm going to take the under at 45.5. The Jets haven't really done anything on offense at all this year, and Aaron Rodgers hasn't looked too good. He doesn't have any weapons really anymore. So I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, even though the Jets' defense isn't anything special. I just don't think Rodgers is going to be able to light up the scoreboard. The Jets definitely won't. Look for the under 45.5 there. Another under I'm taking this week is the Vikings and the Dolphins. This one's going to be an absolute snooze fest. The under's at 45.5 here. And I just don't see how this game either team breaks 20 here. The Dolphins have a solid enough defense to where the Vikings won't be able to really put up too good of a number. And the Dolphins are without Tua still. It's going to be Teddy Bridgewater, it looks like, this week. So I expect a very low scoring game there. And I'd have to go with the Ravens bet here just because that's my team. And they're playing the Giants. Give me the Ravens minus 5.5. The Giants have looked very solid this year. The new coach is working out super, super well for them. But the Ravens, I don't think it's a debate. It's just a lot more talented of a team. It's at the Giants Stadium, which makes it a little tougher. But I could see the Ravens breaking out this game, and it's a double-digit victory. So give me the Ravens minus 5.5. And since I'm down in the Carolinas, I got to talk about the Panthers as well. And they are playing the Rams. And this game, I'm going with the Rams minus 10. The Panthers just have done nothing all year. The Rams are bound to bounce back eventually, I think. I think it's going to be a bounce back spot in LA. Give me the Rams minus 10. And the next pick I'm going to go with here, we go to Sunday Night Football. We've got the Cowboys against the Eagles. And I think I'm on the side here that not a lot of people are betting. But I'm going with the Eagles. It's now to 6.5. I was at -6 when I record the Fade or Follow podcast, but I'll still take it to 6.5. I think the Eagles can win this one by a touchdown. That Cowboys defense is insane. But I think Jalen Hurts can do better than Cooper Rush here. I think Jalen Hurts is at least going to get 20 plus on the board, and Cooper Rush is more of a game manager. I don't think he's going to be able to do too much against the Eagles defense. That is solid as well. And one last pick here. It looks like it's going to be a snooze fest. The Broncos versus the Chargers. And I truly, truly feel like I'm trapping myself here. I feel like Vegas knows I'm trapping myself. I feel like Vegas knows they're going to be trapping everyone with this one. So I'm flipping the script. I guarantee you right now a lot of the public money's on the Chargers minus 4.5 because the Broncos have looked absolutely terrible. I'm going with the Broncos plus 4.5 here. I think it's another one of those spots where I feel like Russell Wilson has to pick it up eventually. I think he's going to play this week. He has solid enough receivers. I don't see why they can't really break out. So I think this is the week that it happens. We're going to see it happen. The Chargers are a team, it seems like they're always in close games. So I really feel like this is a week that we're going to see the Broncos maybe even pull up the upset, maybe dabble on that money line. But for the sake of the bet, I will take the Broncos plus 4.5. And, we're loading up the card again this week. It hasn't worked too well for us so far, but we're coming in with 7 bets there. We've got the Rams minus 10, Packers Jets under 45.5, Vikings Dolphins under 45.5, Bengals minus 2.5, Ravens minus 5.5, Eagles minus 6.5, and the Broncos plus 4.5 on Monday Night Football. And now let's talk about our survivor pick for the week. You already know by now, survivor picks. You pick a team, you can't use them again in the year. I was doing good to start the year. I messed up this past week with the Jaguars. In the league I play, you have 2 strikes, thankfully. I'm still in the money here. I just need to go perfect from here on out. So far, I've gone with the Ravens, then Broncos, then Bengals, then Green Bay, then Jacksonville. I just can't believe they couldn't pull it off against the Texans. I'm usually an overreactor early in a game, but the second I saw the Texans were up 3-0 and the Jags couldn't do anything, I was like, this is going to be pointless. So that's an L for me. But this week, I'm taking the Rams. We picked them minus 10. They have the highest spread in their favor this week. They're a home team. They're against the Panthers, who have looked as terrible as ever. So give me them this week. I think it's the safest pick. If the Rams blow it and the Panthers pull off the upset, it's over for me. But so we go from here. We're taking the Rams minus 10. We're rolling with it. And this is probably the best spot we'll have for them this year, since they've just looked not like the Super Bowl champions that they are. And that's it for this quick little preview of the NFL going into Week 6. Going into this Sunday, we already had the snooze fest of a Thursday night game. I don't know what Amazon Prime was thinking when they were talking to the NFL here. They were like, oh yeah, this is a great idea. Let's have snooze fest after snooze fest. But we have a solid weekend of games here. Thank you for tuning in. Our next episode, it's going to be a review. I'm going to try to drop it as soon as possible. Just saw Halloween Ends last night. Probably the most controversial Halloween movie of the series based off the reaction online. So I'll be diving into that. Have a good weekend, everybody. Talk to you soon.